Welcome to Easy Elite English, our stress-free online learning. And this time we are learning about verbs, objects, types of objects, and transitive and intransitive verbs. So we will be having a basic review of the verb. We will see what do we mean by objects of the verbs. We will also see which verbs have objects and why all the verbs do not have objects. Transitive and intransitive verbs, and also a simple exercise on transitive and intransitive verbs and identifying the objects and direct and indirect objects. And also that not only verbs but prepositions can also have objects. So here we begin a mobile view special, verbs, types of verbs and objects. Now let us take the simple sentence, Rahul broke the window. Rahul broke the window. Who did it? Rahul. That is the subject. Who did it? Whatever action was it, who did it? Rahul, so that is the subject. What did he do? He broke. Broke is the action word, verb. And what did he break? Window. He broke the window. The impact of the football on the window was suffered as a break in the glass. So window suffered the action. So window is object. So who did it? Rahul, subject. What did he do? Broke, verb. And what did he break? Window, object. So Rahul does it. Something. Rahul does it. Subject. The act is break, verb. And the effect is suffered by the window. The window is the object. Now, if we divide the sentence into subject and predicate, see that both the verb and the object will be in the predicate part. The verb belongs to predicate, the object belongs to predicate. Now, make sentences for each picture and identify the verb and its object. What do we see in the picture? The girl paints a beautiful picture. Or the girl paints a picture. The girl paints a picture. There is a verb and picture, object. Next. Say this. Mother scolded her daughter for laziness. Mother scolded her daughter for laziness. Scolded, verb. Her daughter, object. The effect is felt on the object. You can see her face. You can really see that the girl is suffering the rebuke from the mother. So, her daughter is object and scolded is a verb. Next, the children sang a song yesterday. The children sang a song yesterday. Sang, verb. A song, that is the object. The children sang, verb. A song, object, yesterday. The boy kicked the ball. The boy kicked the ball. Kicked, verb. The ball, object. You can see the object. It is receiving the action. It is suffering the effect of the action. So, kicked is the verb and ball is the object. The man is cutting down a tree. The man is cutting down a tree. So, the action, verb, and tree is the object. This tree is the object, which is suffering. Every day the children play games in the park. Every day the children play games in the park. Sorry, the children is missing. it should be the children. The word children is missing. It should be every day the children. Every day the children play games in the park. It should be children. The word is accidentally omitted. It should be the children. So every day the children play games in the park. So children is a subject. Every day is not the subject. Every day is an adverb of time. This is children subject. The children played. Played is a verb. Games is an object. Now in the park, this is an object, but not for the verb, but for the preposition. Anyway, we'll come to that later. So games is the object. Plays. Every day the children play. Play is a play or played. That is a verb. And in the park is also an object, but for the preposition, we will see that later. But here, for the verb, played games. Games is the object. Every sentence may or may not have an object. It is not necessary that every sentence will have an object. Subject, yes, every sentence will have a subject. Verb, every subject will have a verb. But object, every sentence may not have an object. The tea is hot. There is no object. There is an adjective. Hot tea. There is an adjective, so there is no object. It is a state or condition. I am ill. There is no object. It is a state or condition. Our pet cat died last week. It is an event actually. A state of death. So actually it is an event or happening which occurred. So the cat is a subject, but there is no object. Last week is a time, adverb of time. So this is an event happening. There was an earthquake yesterday. There was an earthquake yesterday. This is an event happening. This is an event or happening. So when it is an event or happening or a state or condition, we do not have an object. Because the effect of the action is not suffered by any person or object. So these are verbs which define state of being, state of having, or events or happening occurring. So these verbs will have no objects. Object will be only for actions done. But if action is not done, if you are defining a state or a condition, or if you are describing an event or an occurrence which happened, in that case there will be no object. So we can recall that verbs may be work or action, doing words, state, condition, events happening, being words. Doing words and being words. So when the verbs take objects, the verbs are called transitive verbs. When verbs do not take objects, the verbs are called intransitive verbs. Transitive means with objects, intransitive means without objects. Transitive verbs require objects and intransitive verbs do not require objects. So underline the verb. If transitive, write VT, and if it is intransitive, write VI, and also circle the object if it is transitive, otherwise say no object. The dog started barking. So this is the verb. It is verb intransitive, no object. My cat is white. Is white, is. It is a state or condition, so it has no object. White is an adjective, it is not an object. He drank the juice. Drank is a verb, juice is the object. She teaches small children. Teaches verb, children object. The old woman cannot walk fast. Cannot, or rather can, actually not is an adverb. Can, the first part of cannot is a verb, but there is no object. No object, can walk. Can walk. Can is the modal auxiliary. Walk is a second part of the verb, the main verb. So can walk or cannot walk. Fast is an adverb, so it does not have an object. The kind girl helped the old woman. Girl subject, helped verb, and women object. The bad boy chased the dog. Chased verb, dog is the object. We brush our teeth. Brush is a verb and teeth object. Every day is an adverb. When. The men are painting the walls. Are painting, that is a verb. The walls object. You must drink milk daily. So we have got milk is the object and daily is the time, adverb of time. Milk and fruit are the best food. Are, this is the verb, but we do not have any object. Now verbs are nouns or pronouns. Adjectives, adverbs or other words cannot be objects. That's why we said fast cannot be object. Everyday cannot be objects because they are not nouns or pronouns. Transitive verbs have objects. Intransitive verbs don't have objects. But some transitive verbs may take two objects. Some transitive verbs may take one object. Some transitive verbs may take two objects. I gave him a gift. The first is indirect object. The second is direct object. They brought him a drink. Sorry, they bought him a drink. Him, drink. First is indirect object, then direct object. My father gifted me a new bike. The first is indirect object, the second is direct object. And this is the object for the preposition, not the object for the verb. We offered the guests some refreshments. Guest, indirect object, refreshment, direct object. So the words in red are indirect object, which comes first, and the words in blue are direct objects, which come afterwards. Indirect objects will always come before direct object. First indirect object, then direct object. First indirect object, then direct object. The indirect object precedes, means comes before the direct object. First indirect object, then direct object. The indirect object is usually a person or persons, or at least a living being in most cases. The direct object is usually a non-living object or sometimes a creature. I bought my dog a pack of biscuits. Here, the first indirect object is a living thing and a pack of biscuits is, which is a direct object, a non-living thing. My mother gifted me a lovely pup. Here both are living, but there is a human being. Gifted me, a person, there is a human being, and pup is an animal which is a living thing. But in most cases you will find that the first one, which is the indirect object, will be a human being, and the second one, direct object, will be an object. I gave Tom a pen. Tom, a human being, indirect object. A pen is an object, which is a direct object. I gave a pen to Tom. Now this has only one object. I gave a pen, this object. This is the object of the preposition, not the object of the verb. A noun or pronoun coming after a preposition is the object of the preposition. So it has only one object. I gave a pen. Pen is the object. Tom is the object of the preposition. Gave is a verb. So when you say I gave Tom a pen, the first, a human being, this is indirect object, and a pen, a non-living thing, it's a direct object. I gave a pen to Tom. Only one object of the verb. The second is object of the preposition. So that was Easy Late English. WhatsApp us or email us for any specific videos or tutorials. For all our services are entirely free of charge. Easy Late English was a non-profit organization established for free online services for stress-free learning in school children. So till we meet again, thank you and goodbye.